Whoop whoop, how's it going there, guys? Bringing you guys some of that good old battle, doing it up, and off to a great start. Oh joy. Bringing you guys some Beastin Scar H gameplay on the Hardline, doing it up, oh joy, and this is footage featuring the new patch that was released, technically yesterday, Tuesday, as I am recording this video. And this was the first game, well, first full game that I played. I hopped in midway through the game previous to this and got a really good gameplay, which I was really surprised because I have not played this game in a couple weeks and thought my aim was going to be shit, which it still is shit, but I was able to do pretty good. And there's a moment in this gameplay where I like cheeseball like 10 kills towards the end. You'll see, but there's still some things that clearly need fixing in this game. This was not a magical patch that magically fixed everything. Oh no, oh no. In fact, I noticed very little differences at all. And I only played 4 games, I think. No, 4 games I played. So I don't have too much experience with the patch. I only played it for a little bit, and then I got off and just played Grand Theft Auto. But me and Mac played a couple games, and this was like the first full game that I played, like I said, and I managed to get a really good score. So I figured I'd share it with you guys and kind of just give you guys what the patch notes were and all of that fun stuff. But anyways, they ended up fixing the battle packs, which is nice. If you're unaware, gold battle packs basically gave you shit items, and they were pretty much worthless. In experience from previously playing the game before the patch, silver battle packs, I got way more better shit. But as of right now, they have seemed to have fixed the gold battle packs and just the battle packs in general. I've only opened 3 battle packs since the patch. I opened a bronze and 2 gold, and even in the bronze, I got a voucher for an attachment. I forget what it was. I think it was a grip or some sort, but then the 2 gold battle packs that I opened, I ended up getting a stealth camo voucher, some other voucher for some other camo. I think it was a vehicle camo, and a few other things. I also believe I got another weapon attachment voucher, which is nice. Like when the beta came out for this game a month prior to the release, the battle packs were fantastic in this game. I really liked the vouchers and all that. It was really nice to be able to, deck out a gun. Basically, you could deck it out exactly how you wanted it right off gate without even ever using it before, which is nice. And overall, I do enjoy the weapon unlock systems and the money system in this game. I've always enjoyed the money systems and first-person shooters. Although I think the only other game that I really played that had a system like that is Call of Duty Black Ops. And but I think it's a little bit better. It gives you more freedom of choice of what you want to unlock. One thing that always pissed me off in Battlefield 4 with the battle packs is sometimes you had to get 500 kills to unlock a certain site that you want. There was a few guns in that game where I had to get 500 kills to unlock, say, the Cobra Red Dot site or the Chinese Coyote site, which were my 2 favorite red dots in the game. So I do enjoy the luxury of the money system. You still have to grind out a few kills to be able to get certain attachment slots and whatnot. I believe the last one is the barrel attachment at like 110 kills. It varies on weapon to weapon, but I definitely prefer this system a little bit better. That way, to get the set attachments that I prefer, I only have to, at max, get 100 kills, or 110, I forget what the exact number is, which is nice. Really enjoyable. So they seem to have fixed the battle packs. Yeah, seems to be working out pretty good. They also adjusted the RPG that you pop in the trunk, and they reduced its splash damage and gave you, so you only have 1 RPG, which I completely 100% agree with this change. I believe I said the exact same thing a couple months ago during the beta, that's how it should have been, and I'm glad that they ended up doing that. It is nice. It will definitely make Hotwire a little bit more enjoyable, although I haven't hopped on the seed to play Hotwire during the new patch to see if it alleviated it. There still are a lot of douchebaggery that goes on in Hotwire, people camping intersections with C4 and whatnot, aside from the people who camp in a bush and just ambush you with an RPG and blow you up in one shot. So hopefully this will help alleviate those issues a little bit. The beginning of the hot wire rounds are probably still going to be really hectic with everyone spawning in their spawn, you know, with an RPG in their trunk. But hopefully as the game plays out throughout the match, it'll further alleviate that, because Hotwire is a really cool game mode and I really enjoy it, but as soon as people started getting all the unlocks and whatnot, some problems arise, as the developers at Visceral were warned of in the beta that would happen, and it did happen. I'm not quite sure why they don't listen to the community more than they should. It seems like a lot of the people who play this game know better than the developers, who seem to rarely play the games that they make. But in their defense, you'd probably get tired of playing a game that you've been working on for a couple years, playing it all the fucking time, and by the time release is out, you'd probably be sick of it too. So that's probably why a lot of the developers don't even play these games that much when they first come out, because they fucking playtest the shit out of them. But anyways, they also had some various crash fixes. For me personally, I believe I crashed one time playing this game since launch, so they did a really nice job with that. It was a lot better than how Battlefield 4 was. That game was a nightmare for a lot of people. I was actually one of the lucky ones in Battlefield 4 that did not suffer from game crashes. I suffered from a lot of server crashes, but that was nothing on my end. That was just the server crashing, and everyone got kicked from the server when that shit happens, and they eventually sorted all that shit out. But it's good to see that they fixed some of these crashes for some people that they were having. I know some people with NVIDIA graphic cards were having some issues and whatnot. I was, I guess, one of the lucky ones. Although my buddy Mac, who I play with, I don't think he ever crashed either. Maybe once or something like that. But you know, I've only crashed once in this game since launch. So in my book, that's pretty good. That's pretty good launch, if I do say so myself. There's also a few gameplay tweaks that they did, like they supposedly fixed the gnarly camera shake that you'll get sometimes, either when a teammate shoots like right over your head, your gun would shake like crazy, like you were having a seizure. It's nice to see they got that fixed. I haven't played enough yet to test that out yet. I'm hoping also they fixed the little issue where if you were shooting through like a fence and you were right on it, up on it, sometimes that same thing would happen where your gun would jiggle like crazy. But it's nice to see that they fixed that. Some other game mode tweaks that they did, supposedly they adjusted the spawns in Team Deathmatch. I don't play Team Deathmatch, so I could care less. Battlefield's not very good for Team Deathmatch, especially 64 players. It's just clusterfuck madness. So, but supposedly they made it so you spawn closer to your teammates, which should be good. I believe that's how Battlefield 4 works. It always seemed to spawn one team on one side of the map and the other team on the other side of the map, and that's the way it should be done. I believe that's how like Call of Duty 4 was and whatnot. The spawns were similar to that, which, you know, there are some problems with that too, like spawn trapping and whatnot, but fuck it. It's better than spawning in the middle of, you know, their whole team. And right here my shadow play tweaked out, so it's not the video, it's just my recording. It tweaks out right here for a little bit. But they also adjusted the default tickets size for Conquest, increasing it to 999. Don't know why they just didn't make that 1,000, but that'll be great for you console players. On PC, everyone already has servers that have, you know, 2,000 tickets and whatnot, so it wasn't too much of an issue on PC, at least like about a week after the game launched when people started fucking with the settings. But I'm sure it'll be nice for you guys on the consoles. 300 tickets for Conquest large is it's too little, or 600 depending on the map. I'm not quite sure why some maps are more than others, but it is what it is. So that'll be good for you guys, especially if you're trying to get that Rep 4 tier perks for the Syndicate weapons. That'll make it a little bit easier. Still very hard to get. I think even during this gameplay, even though I just go Beastifying, I don't even get my 4th tier perk, which I thought they were going to address that, but I guess they have not. Some various server-side fixes for stuff. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, they kind of adjusted the Punk Buster issue that people were having on PC, including myself. I don't have enough experience with this, but on the map Riptide, which I would sometimes drop to 60 frames and get a terrible stutter, seems to be fixed. I was getting 120 frames on that. There's still weird various issues with the optimization. Oh, here's when I start cheeseballing. The spawns still aren't clearly fixed. As you can see, these guys just keep spawning in front of me. On this map in particular, it's really easy to abuse the shit of the spawns. And you'll see me and Mac actually right here abuse the shit out of them some more, because fuck it, why not? I honestly don't even care anymore with this game. I still enjoy it, but it's far from perfect. What else did they fix? One of the weirdest things that they did is they reduced the health of the couch and the rate of which it can be repaired. Out of my 100+ hours in this game, I've only came across that couch one time, and I got a quad. I shot all 4 dudes off of it with the MPX, I believe. And for whatever reason, they decided to nerf it, which only spawns once in one game mode on one map. Not quite sure where their priorities are at, but it is what it is. And then some various other weapon tweaks that they did, including the battle rifles, buffing their minimum damage from 24 to 25, making it so it's always a 4-hit kill or 3-hit kill up close. Of course, unless they're running a body armor, then it could be upwards of an 8-hit kill, which, you know, they did not fix that in this game, which is my biggest gripe and a lot of people's biggest gripes, and maybe one day they'll fix it and this game will be more enjoyable. But on bigger maps like such as this, it's not too much of a problem, but on some maps it's fucking a headache playing on. They also reduced the recoil for a few of the battle rifles and some of the DMRs, which I guess is fine. I don't really know. They did it to guns that I don't use. They buffed the FMG9. They gave it a little bit more maximum damage from 20 to 25, so that'll be nice. I do have a gameplay with that gun I actually got right after this gameplay. I will be bringing that to you guys soon. One thing that I don't agree with is the AKM nerf, that AK-47. They reduced the minimum damage from 25 to 24, which I don't really agree with. That gun was already kind of hard to hit people with at distance as it is. And then, of course, the K10 nerf, which I actually didn't run into that gun too much today, so I'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But anyways, guys, I went 50-4, did pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace. Have a good one.